this year was hyped to hell and back. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, look at all these games!" Because everybody thought all the games that got delayed out of 2021 into 2022
Mhm.
were gonna be like was gonna make 2022 like the one of the greatest video game years of all time, something that could compete with 2017, 2018, that type shit.
2011.
2011, 2007. There are a lot of really great years. We'll discuss
Oh
that in
yeah.
another podcast one day. Uh,
Hmm.
but this year was supposed to be like huge, and they delayed like. Then I looked up like what games got delayed. There were like major games, and there were five. Of course, we know Starfield and Redfall. There was
Hmm.
also Capcom. Capcom's Pragmata was supposed to come out. We don't know
Yeah.
anything about that, so I wasn't
Yeah.
super duper like hyped for that.
Oh,
Uh,
forgot about
Le-
that.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, which is not the official title, but whatever, that got delayed as well. And then lastly, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League was supposed to come out this year. And I think Jason Schreier talked about it at the start of the year. He was like, "Yeah, that game's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year." And people didn't believe him at first, which is dumb. You should always believe Jason. Uh, but it got pushed into next year, and so now we're looking at five of the biggest projects getting delayed. So let me ask you: do these delays make this a weak year for video games, or is it like we've kind of blown this out of proportion, and there are still plenty of games to play? Terrence, how do you feel? Like, okay, first off, let me preface that there are still two games that have not been delayed and will yet come out this year. Y'all know what they are. I think one of them will make it, and I think the other one won't. God of War Ragnarok and Final Fantasy 16, and
Hmm.
I've made my feelings known on which one I think will make it and which one won't. So I'm not gonna get into that. Terrence, how do you feel? Do these two delays make this a weak year in video games?
I don't think it's a weak year in video games. Just well, for one, we had Elden Ring, man. I mean, Elden Ring, that's a generation title, right? A generation defining title right there. So that alone is enough to say no, huh?
I was playing it today.
King, you got Elden
All
Ring gang
day.
signs? My God.
Gang signs. Go to rain, baby.
I hope those aren't signs for anything else. But anyway,
Hope not.
I mean, I have a little list here. We had Elden Ring, we had Pokemon Arceus, we had Sifu, Horizon 2.
Mhm.
In terms of games that haven't come out yet, Live Alive, Xenoblade 3, Mario Strikers. There's still like there's still stuff to look forward to this year. I mean, just because we're not getting like Starfield and Redfall and a couple of other games this year, I mean, it is what it is. Now, I will say that those delays make it where this year isn't going to be as strong as maybe what we thought. But I don't think that means that this is a weak year. It just means that, we're just not getting as many games as we thought we would. And like you said,
Mhm.
Sage, all of us have huge backlogs. I know for me, I have a huge backlog. So this, honestly, if you don't, unless you're one of those people who like you actually play the games as soon as you get them and you finish it and you're done, I'm sure all of us have some games that we can go back and play. So even if this year isn't as quote unquote strong as you would like it, I'm sure there's plenty of games from last year, the year before, even years down the line that you could go back and play. And
Mhm.
yeah, for me, I mean, the delays this year don't really affect me like that. The only games that I really was going to get like that, and their two fighting games are the King of Fighters 15. I got that, and then DNF Duel that's going to come out next month, June. So those are really the only games that I was going to pick up like that because I don't have a next gen system. I don't have a PS5 or a Series X. So um, even when Final Fantasy 16 comes out, I can't get it. When Forspoken comes out, I mean, I can't get it. I would like to, but I can't. So until I get a next gen system, some of these games I'm not even going to get a chance to play anyway. And I mean, it just is what it is. So, no, I don't
Mhm.
think that this is a weak year for gaming. I think it's just a matter of perspective. I think those that are saying that it's a weak year, they're kind of, how can I put it?
Being
They're being
hyperbolic.
very short sighted, huh?
Yeah, that short sighted also works. Yes,
Yeah, they're
I
being
agree.
very short sighted because it's like just look at all the stuff that has come out already. It's like now this later half of 2022 may not be as strong as like I said we thought it was going to be, but that still doesn't make this a weak year for gaming at all, at least in my opinion.
Uh, I agree, and I'm gonna get into it a little bit more in depth before we but I'm gonna ask Rakeem, uh, do you feel like this is a weak year for video games now, or is that insane? And does this even matter to your personal video game schedule? Like, and I mean, we already kind of got into that a little bit because you wanted Starfield, so.
Yeah. Uh, dudes, I can't even finish Elden Ring, and I already have other games I bought this year. It would take me the entire year to play the first half of this year. So to say say this being a weak year is not just short sighted. You're just being blind. Now, if it's not to your preference, that's a different thing. Because we as gamers, we don't always look at everything in a full perspective. Like sometimes we're to one console, sometimes we're to one genre, and if it doesn't have a year of just that strong genre, that strong console, we're like, man, this year sucks. But in the grand scheme of things, you look at everything that's happened already, man. I remember when I saw February and March, I was like, bro, I can't play all these games. Like this is impossible. I'm a human being. I have a job. I can't do this anymore. So
keep up with all the
I'm,
anime, and you gotta keep up with all the games.
all the anime, all the gaming, man.
I
Like,
can't.
look, man. That's a young man's game. I'm out. I'm out. I get to know life maybe one day out a month. so, so to me, in my personal gaming schedule, I am perfectly fine because I kind of play different titles I'm interested in, and with my work schedule and different things I'm involved in, I don't even get to play games every day like I used to. So, for a normal average person, I think this schedule of gaming right now is going to be great. I also think like we're not even coming thinking about things that may get announced over like the game festival that might have not been announced already, big secrets. Maybe somebody was able, probably not. Maybe one developer in the world was able to just keep their game in a hyperbolic time chamber and just like the date and it's finished and nobody knows about it and it's gonna reveal it like we got you, we did it, and like we got ours. It's coming out in October. It's coming out in November. Greatest game of all time. You didn't even know it. You didn't know it. but, but yeah, man, I think this has been a great year for gaming. I've had some great experiences playing games with my friend, my brother. I've had a blast playing Elden Ring. I've had a good time playing Titan Tita's Wonderlands. I still want to get into Weird West. I still want to play Horizon Forbidden West. There's a lot of games I want to get into. DNF Duel, as Terrence mentioned, because I'm a gamer who likes to play different genres too. I'm not one dimensional, but yeah, man, I think you're being short sighted if you're not giving this year the credit it deserves. This game may be front loaded. It might be more front loaded this year, but doesn't mean the whole year as a whole is going to be weak. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. And then we don't know what's going to happen completely at the Summer Games Festival. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it.
So I'll go first, and we'll let Will close it out for this question. Well, go next, not first. I agree. Like the people who think that this is gonna make gaming 2022 a weak year, two things have happened here. One, you've made gaming your personality. Like you don't have any other hobbies. You don't go outside and touch grass. Clearly not. Like you don't do anything else. You go to work and you come home and you play video games, or you don't have a job. You still a student. Because there's no way you looked at this year and you were like, oh man, 5 games got delayed. This game this year is kind of weak and it's not what it was supposed to be and yada yada. Like bullshit. And the other thing that's happened here is that you're incapable of taking a holistic view of video games. The only thing you're able to do is focus on the handful of games that you're interested in, AAA probably. Like if outside of that, you're like, oh, everything sucks. Because what about Splatoon 3?
Yeah.
What about there's a new
yeah.
Pokemon coming out this fall? Like a brand new, what is it, the 9th generation?
Yeah.
I think
Violet
it's Gen
and
9.
something else.
Yeah. Like, so you're getting a whole new Pokemon. And as Terrence said, you're getting a Xenoblade. You're getting what the fuck is that game? Ah, shit. It's hella games. That's
Star
the problem.
Ocean, right? Star Ocean comes out this year,
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
That wasn't what I was gonna bring up, but yeah, we getting Star Ocean. Like supposedly, Square got like 50 games they coming out with. Lava Live, Lava Live, Star Ocean, I think is DLFL Chronicles supposed to be coming out this year?
I think that's supposed to be the latter part
Yeah.
of this year. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I think it's the latter part.
Hell, they already dropped Triangle Strategy and Stranger of Paradise, which was a meme game, but it was a fun game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then you got Forspoken coming out this year, and then okay, a little bit of it is that Forspoken and Gotham Knights look like they might not be great games. They look like they might not be genre-defining games. But I mean, personally, I'm okay with the 8 out of 10. Like everything ain't got to be a fucking 10 out of 10. Oh my
Thank
god, gaming is forever changed. Like I don't need all of that. Like I just want a good like for Gotham Knights, as long as it's a competent game that lets me play as Nightwing and Robin, I'm all in. Like if they say it's an 8 out of 10, but barely, I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, it's game of the year. Like I'm all in. Like I don't give a shit. I just want to like play. I want to cosplay as my favorite fucking Batman universe characters. So like I'm fine with
Amen.
that. So like, and I know it's hella people that. Now I do feel sorry for the Red Hood people. I don't know. Y'all might have gotten hold. Hopefully not. I hope
Well,
not.
hey,
You know?
I still rock a red hood. I don't care if you're big or not. I'm big too, so I'm cool with it. My chest got a little big too. I went to red hood. You grew up with us, boy. I appreciate that. Red hood for the common man, not for the pretty boys. For the common man. Big boy, red hood. That's what I'm talking about. Big chest, bumping me. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Yeah.
This kid is too much, bro.
I swear he is, yo.
But like real talk, like, and I'm forgetting some of the games, like Marvel's Midnight Suns. Everybody forgot about that
Oh
game.
yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah. We talking
Sonic
about the other day.
Frontiers.
Yeah.
What happened to Sonic Frontiers? That's supposed to be coming out this fall.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
a Sonic game, so we have to
bro.
wait to see how that is gonna look.
It might be
Yeah.
trash, but it might be good. Like
It's
it's,
trash.
it could be ass. It could be gas. Good ass. It could be, kind of ass, kind of good. It could be that. You don't know.
Those exist.
Those
exist.
definitely exist. Like it's hella games that, and I'm forgetting games because I'm not gonna sit here and go Wikipedia a list. Like go look that bitch up yourself and understand that like if you can play games outside of the same handful of AAA games, handful of open world games, like if you got interest outside of that, you will find plenty to love. And
Yeah.
while we're at it, once again, I'm gonna go back to it. Most of you motherfuckers wasn't gonna play these games anyway. You was gonna put it on a shelf somewhere. And you was gonna get to it one day. Not a specific day, one day. Which could be any day or no day. So like stop telling me, oh, this is a weak year in game. Like you just saying that because you want a list. You want to write down a list of, oh my God, can you believe all these games came out in 1 year? And you can still do that. It just may not have all the games that you personally want. So like some of y'all gotta grow the fuck up. All right,
Yeah.
Will, how do you feel? Like, do these delays make a weak year for video games?
First off, let me dial 911 for all them strays you just shot at me about these games.
Pew pew pew.
But
Yeah, I got shot too. Don't worry, Will.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think this year is in any way, shape, or form weak because it's so much out there that you can kind of put your hands on. Because as of right now, this is what I've been streaming. Love it to death. And once I get done,
young man,
I stream that at least 2 days out of the week. Monday, Tuesday is when I do
let me get
it.
that Twitch name since we bringing it up. Let me get that Twitch name.
Willie DC28 is where you'll find me at on Twitch, and I'll be playing this on Mondays and Tuesdays, anywhere between 9 to 12 p.m.
There we go. All right.
Right.
All right, and I also got this lined up, Keem. This is coming after this. So
Come with
I
it.
feel like, so I feel like honestly, you have no reason to not play anything. And someone who works at GameStop, I'm just like Keem. I work, so I'm just kind of like I come home, I play these games, I come do this with y'all, I read, I do whatever. But it's more like when I look at my games, I'm like, I got something to play. I can't sit up here and say I don't, because if I look to the left over here and I tell myself I ain't got nothing to play, I'm lying to myself, I'm lying to Jesus, and I'm lying to my wallet after all these years. So by sitting up here saying I don't have anything, I'll be a fool. And just like you said, if it's preference, cool. But if you just kind of like stuck to a set of games and you go into a GameStop and you look across the wall and you tell yourself, man, they ain't got nothing I want to play, that sounds more like a you problem than an industry problem at that point. That's more a you problem than them. There's something for you to play. It's just you won't branch out. And I'm a big advocate for that. If you don't branch out, then you constantly spending your same $180 every year buying the same shit. Or well, not even 180 now, 210.
Yeah.
210. You spending your same 210 every year buying the same shit. They keep coming out. So all means, come play these games. These games are just not here for you to just look at and be like, nah, that's for the nerds, that's for the geeks, that's for the neeks, that's for them. I'm like, bro, just play the game. You might like it.